So a week after that Eastern Michigan game, kind of what's the message to your guys? How they responded in practice and stuff?
Yeah, the message was, we didn't play well enough, and is there good stuff on film? Absolutely. But it's not about the good stuff. It's the bad stuff that gets you beat. And, trying to eliminate the bad plays, the bad moments. And so that's been the focus. And it's not all going to get corrected in one day. It's a process in that regard. You try to put out those fires each and every day. Something else comes. We always talk about it's about putting out little brush fires that pop up. You think something's good, you move on to another topic, and then eventually that thing, oh man, I got to put water back over there. So that's the goal, is to trying to eliminate the negative plays that hurt us, as much as just focusing on doing more of the good. The good will take care of itself. We need more neutral. If we can move negative plays to neutral plays, then we'll be in good shape.
Is there a common theme to any of the negative plays, or is it just kind of one thing here and there?
I think I had mentioned after that game, it was one play, it was one person. The next play was another person. It was everybody just took their turn raising their hand, right? And so mistakes are going to happen in a game, but not big mental mistakes. And obviously things get elevated, and they're seen by everybody when they happen on the outside edges, right? And so those guys don't have the ability. They don't have people to, I tell the D-line all the time, hey, listen, you pop a gap, you've got linebackers behind you, you've got DBs, and they get the ball down and nobody thinks twice about it, right? If you're a DB and you get beat over the top, or, you're bad and you're with your eyes, there's nobody to make you right. You're calling out field goal block.
Did you see those DBs respond to that? Because kind of the first opportunity they got, somebody's kind of flagged for something to say something, how they responded to the experience of this.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job responding in the meeting room and then coming out to the practice field, but you just don't know, right, until they get another opportunity at it. And so, you got to have that short memory out there, and play the next play.
You had a couple guys in your defense pretty banged up after the Eastern Michigan game. Coming off the bye week now, do you feel like you've got a lot of your unit healthy again, ready to go for South Carolina?
Yeah, I think everybody in college football, that's sort of the nature of college football, is that it's going to ebb and flow in terms of how beat up you are. We are what we are, and I think our guys are ready to go. So, it's always good to have a bye week to heal up, if you've got some nagging injuries and stuff. So, hopefully we can come off and, have a lot of fire to us coming out. Obviously a great environment. And, it's a really good, talented offense with a lot of, capable people on the outside edges. Obviously the quarterback's an elite level player. And so, huge challenge coming off the bye.
Brad, how important is just the interior rush this week with a guy like Sellers, so you want to contain him and not let him get out and run?
Well, the whole rush is, not just the interior. You just said, if he gets out, that's a problem, right? And so the entire rush, both interior and exterior part of the rush, has to be in sync. They got to understand pocket depth. They got to understand where he is. And he does a really nice job in the pocket, feeling pressure. He'll slide. Some QBs just like to slide down. Some like to exit up over the top. He does both. Which is an extra challenge in that regard. So you can't just force him in a direction that he doesn't like to go. He doesn't mind going any which way. You obviously saw the throw on 3rd and 37 to his left. Everybody, make him go to his offhand. Throws an absolute dart that quarterbacks just standing flat-footed, with squared shoulders couldn't make. So. We got our hands full.
Speaking of him, Brad, I believe that was on his second career start when he came here last year. As you've studied film of him, where have you seen kind of the biggest growth since that game last year to now?
Yeah, I think you can see that there's control and command within the offense. Like anybody else at any position, the more reps you get, just the more comfortable you feel. And, system-wise, it's a system, even though they had to change a coordinator, it's a system that he's comfortable with, and you can see that. So, I mean, from a there's a maturity to the way he operates. And again, you go back and you watch all his games last year, sort of from the beginning of the season all the way through, and the way he operates, the way he commands the 2-minute drill. He doesn't get flustered. Like, he seems very composed, in control of what he wants to get done, and that's why he led a couple of game-winning drives last year. In just the 2 minutes. I think you can learn a lot about a QB if you just watch his 2 minutes, whether the guy gets flustered, if the moment's too big and it's not for him.
They struggled to run the ball against Missouri. What have you seen from that part of the offense? I assume you're anticipating them being better.
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening to ESPN radio a couple of days ago, and Coach Herm Edwards was on there, and they were asking him about like the NFL, and he was talking about, hey, listen, throw records out, right? It's about the best team on that day, every Sunday. So it's the same thing in the SEC. Every Saturday, sometimes a team may really struggle to run it one week, and everybody's like, oh, they can't do it. And then next week they rush for 250 or 300. We are very aware of how talented their running backs are scheme-wise. They can mix zone and gap scheme with their counters, and obviously then you throw Sellers in the QB run game. So at any moment that thing can explode. We're very aware of their capabilities, being able to run the football, and then obviously the talent they have at receiver and at tight end with Sellers at quarterback. They can really push the ball vertically.
Right. Does their system put any kind of strain on a certain part of the defense that has to be on its game?
I think the quarterback helps put strain on the entire defense, right? Because if you play with fewer guys in the box to protect some of the deep shots, right? One, they can run the ball, but two, they can go with the QB run, and so now they've added an extra blocker into the run game, and so that can really be a problem. And then if you try to stop that, then it isolates the outside. And obviously, when you have guys like Nick Harbor that can be as big as he is and run as fast as he is, some guys are going to have to win some one-on-ones down the field. And so we've got to do a good job of playing complementary, not just offense, defense. We talk about complementary football, right? Offense, defense, special teams, but complementary defensively. We have to do a good job of front end coverage, front end, back end, doing a good job of helping each other and understanding, hey, listen, what play call that comes in, what we're trying to get done on that now. That they understand, okay, look, this call means, hey, we're trying to protect a shot. Hey, this call, man, you're on your own out there. We're trying to stop a run. And so, we just got to be able to mix it up.
A couple more. Anybody else?
After that performance against Eastern Michigan that left you disappointed, how do you continue to instill confidence in your group, or do you not have to? Is that still up here?
Yeah, I don't think any team, especially this group, it was a diminishing of confidence. Like we've talked about it all year, is that, listen, this game is about confidence. Like you have to be confident when you step on the field. It doesn't mean you can't get criticized. It doesn't mean that if you can't take criticism, then you're not going to be able to play in our defense. And to a man, they would not be proud of the performance as a whole against Eastern Michigan. Again, was there plenty of plays that were really good? Heck yeah. There's about 63 of them. But there was about 7 or 8 that were just really disappointing. And we have to clean those up because those lose your ball games. And so you've got to be willing to take that criticism. And it can't always just be a pat on the back. Oh, man, because I don't want to hurt their feelings or lose their confidence. They better learn, hey, listen, I'm going to take criticism, but I'm still confident stepping back out on that football field.
Okay, folks, thanks. We got players waiting. Thank you.